there is one reason the Spurs should feel bad if they eliminate the Grizzlies here tomorrow night. They will rob the world of David Fizdale talking about stats.
Take that for data.
Or Kawhi Leonard.
I'm going to check the rule book and find out if robots are allowed to play.
Or Manu Ginobili.
I'm tired of them.
You're kind of a nerd, you like tech and stuff like that. So if you're a true geek, here's the question. What week is it?
What week is it?
Yeah.
It's Star Wars week. Come on, brother. Everybody knows that.
Is there anything that Coach Garrett has done that's really surprised you?
Yeah, he let us out early a couple times.
Whoa, party. This is crazy. The way last season ended was heartbreaking. Jason Witten wasn't sure he wanted to return. In the offseason, though, he did sign a long-term deal that will probably have him here until he retires. And too bad if you bought floor seats for the game or if your kid was hoping to see his favorite player. Teams will rest players without thinking about us. We are still learning what the ceiling is for this year's Spurs team, but one thing is for sure, they cannot get there if Danny Green doesn't reach his potential. Jerry Jones is great at talking in circles. If you've ever listened to him talk, you think he's going one way. Then at the end of it, you're like, he didn't actually say anything. In Game 4, Kawhi made shots from right here and here. Yeah, but who could forget from right here? But really, this is the Spurs, team basketball, and sorry guys, there is only one Kawhi Leonard.
Make it all make sense. What a tease.
First, let's talk about the real silver and black, the Spurs. Yeah. Last night they played, it's a deep tease now. They played the Golden State Warriors. They were up by 22 points. You feel like Dak passed, and Zeke, all the rookies, passed this playoff test, even in a loss.
We stunk up the joint, so.
What was the problem?
See the tape, we'll figure out what happened.
This second half.
Thanks. Barry Church, guys, back to you.
One thing about it, my granddad always told me the day of layoff could be the day of payoff.
Yeah, I like that.
Just like the coach said, check the data.
Take that for data.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Can you do the slap again? Take that for data. The Grizzlies played tough, they made shots, they even led at half, but this time the Spurs played better down the stretch. The breaking news yesterday, literally, is that Spurs center Pau Gasol broke a bone in his left hand during warm-ups. This is what the X-ray would look like.
KeyRnanan has more from Memphis.
Messages are being sent in this series, and I'm not talking about this. Coach David Fizdale sent his after Game 2.
But they're not going to rook us. Take that for data.
And it worked. Coach Pop sent his during Game 3, when he benched his starters 1 awful minute into the second half.
We turned it over twice to start the minute like we were out on a picnic someplace. I don't know.
If you're not ready to play, it doesn't matter. Playoff time or regular season, your Pop's not going to deal with it. So we got to come out better in the third quarters.
And they played like they wanted the game, and they competed at a very high level. We always compete, but they definitely turned it up, and we have to turn it up even more now. And they play more desperate than us.
I'm just trying to find a little bit of juice and a little bit of activity, a little bit more movement, with the second group. Give those guys a little bit of time to reflect and then get them back in.
Now, we don't know if Pop's message is going to get through to his team tomorrow night in Game 4, but we do know that the Grizzlies' message will be all over this arena. Until then, with the Spurs in Memphis, KeyRnanan, News 4 San Antonio.
Thank you, Tim Duncan. You're the greatest.
Thanks for making basketball games fun.
How does San Antonio say goodbye?
I doubt that there's anybody who's going to be able to take your place.
There is no Spurs without Duncan.
To someone who's meant so much to so many.
All these past 19 years, truly appreciate your loyalty to them, to the team, and to the city, the wonderful city of San Antonio. God bless you, and thank you for all the memories.
Thank you, Tim Duncan, for giving San Antonio a reason to smile.
Who somehow made a permanent impact where there's already so much history.
Thank you for making history and making our city known in the NBA.
Whose fit was so perfect, it's like nature designed it.
I don't see you there. It will never be the same.
We loved having you here in San Antonio. We love your integrity and your honesty and your willingness to work hard, and you brought the whole community together. Thank you so much, Tim.
What would San Antonio tell Tim Duncan?
I just want to say that he's my favorite player of all time, and I grew up with Tim, so
We're gonna miss you.
After 19 seasons,
San Antonio appreciates you.
5 championships,
A lot of great seasons.
and countless memories.
Every time we would go, my dad would dress us up all in his number, and we would just go and we would just sit in the, like, as close as possible to the front, and we would just cheer just for him.
After every person from San Antonio can stand up with pride and say, that's my team,
Thank you, Tim.
that's my city,
We just appreciate everything that you've done for us, the whole city of San Antonio.
that's my Tim.
Tim, thanks for playing basketball for me and my family. Good luck, and hope you have a good life.
You see Dak run by the secondary player, put that stiff arm out, and you quit worrying about him. He's the daddy.
We'll go Jerry.
I go Jason. Man, that doesn't sound like either of them. This is a trick one?
He's the daddy.
That's definitely Jerry.
And then when he puts that stiff on him, then you quit worrying about him a little bit. He's the daddy.
What do you think that means?
He's the best.
I don't know what that means. I have no kids. No. Don't want any.
Experience is experience. Some guys have experience, some guys don't. My experience in life is you use your experience to point to get new experiences.
Go with Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. It's Jason.
No hesitation.
Experience is experience. Some guys have some experience, some guys don't. My experience in life has been you use your experiences up to a particular point to help you with new experiences.
It's actually Jason Garrett coach speak.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll get used to it.
Yeah, all right.
You don't have to spend a lot of time circumcising the mosquito. You don't have to do that with Romo.
Circumcising the mosquito. We go with Coach Garrett?
Who would say
Jerry. That's Jerry. That's got to be Mr. Jones.
Yes, gotta be.
Is it? Is it not?
You don't have to spend a lot of time kind of circumcising the mosquito. You don't have to do that.
He's one of the most natural competitors I've been around. He loves it.
That's Coach Garrett.
We'll go Jason Garrett.
He loves it.
That's Coach Garrett. It's gotta be.
No hesitation, you just know it.
I almost interrupted you during that one.
He's one of the great natural competitors I've ever been around. He loves it.
Remember that?
That's Jason.
Do you remember that?
Jason. That's Jason. That's Jason. That's Jason.
4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Congratulations.
Go Cowboys.
These two guys have a pretty unique relationship. Chris was paralyzed tackling Monroe back in 2001. They met for the first time this week. And for all the healing in 15 years since Chris's injury, it's amazing the impact one moment can have.
It was a typical Friday night. We had to win this game to go to the playoffs. Fourth quarter, 4 minutes left in the game. I made a touchdown saving tackle, but with that I broke my neck.
But in 15 years, a lot of healing has happened.
Ready?
Chris and his father Eddie started Gridiron Heroes to help other families affected by spinal cord injury.
Taking something so tragic and turning it into something positive to affect other families, I think is what our mission is, our purpose is.
One part of his healing process was left untouched. Chris had still never met the man he tackled that day 15 years ago. Why do you think it's taken 15?
I guess it's hard. You know, you have to come to the grip of the injury itself.
For us, what we've learned going through this injury doesn't just affect the injured player, it affects everybody.
Monroe Nichols did keep going. After high school, he played college football at Tulsa, became a father, and a few months ago was elected to the Oklahoma State House of Representatives.
Everybody goes through things differently, and I always assumed that Chris was going through stuff in his own way, and I never wanted to be somebody who tried to force myself on that. I know if it brought back bad memories of what happened.
In a way, it'll be a little closure that I'm glad that he's done what he's done in his life. Still played college football, and now being in legislation, he's doing a great life, you know.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
How's it going, man? It's good to see you. I know it's good to see you.
Really good to see you.
Yeah.
Finally meet.
I know it.
15 years in the making.
What do two people like Chris and Monroe talk about 15 years after their lives changed forever?
A lot's changed.
Well, life.
So how many kids you guys helping right now?
Right now in Texas we have 29.
Wow.
And then nationwide we have over 50. For me it's kind of closure because I didn't want him to feel like it was his fault at all. I wanted him to continue to play football when I got injured, and he did. And like I'm proud of him for doing that because it takes a strong person to keep on going, you know? And so I was really proud of him for doing that.
I wonder how many miles you guys put on the car.
It's clear that he has overcome the event and has done so much more. And so for me, it's just it's a great day. Thanksgiving is in a few days, and so it's a day to be really thankful and proud and excited, and so I mean that's how I'm gonna leave here today, and so I appreciate you for that.
Thank you.